In a major reversal on the Ukraine war, President Trump has declared that he now believes Ukraine can reclaim all territories lost to Russia. The statement is being seen as a big win for the Ukrainian president, who has time and again minced no words in stating that Ukraine would not cede territories to Russia. Zelensky has consistently urged President Trump to stand firm against Putin and keep international pressure on Russia. Taken to his social media platform, Trump said, and I quote, "I think Ukraine, with the support of the European Union, is in a position to fight and win all of Ukraine back in its original form. With time, patience, and the financial support of Europe, and in particular NATO, the original borders from where this war started is very much an option." In a bilateral meeting with Zelensky on the sidelines of the UNGA, Trump hailed Ukraine in its war against Russia, telling the Ukrainian counterpart that his nation is putting up one hell of a fight. This in contrast to what the US president's view was on Russia before.
Well, the biggest progress is that the Russian economy is terrible right now. It's, as you know, it's crashing. And that, frankly, Ukraine is doing a very good job of stopping this very large army. You know, Russia doesn't look very distinguished, having taken 3.5 years now, right? It's about 3.5 years of very hard fighting, and it looks like it's not going to end for a long time.
Responding to Trump's statement, the Ukrainian president said Trump had the influence and power to be a game changer for Ukraine in the war. While Zelensky did not divulge details of his meeting with President Trump, he called it a constructive meeting, adding that Russia's stuttering economy was also discussed.
Trump is a game changer by himself if he will be sure in Ukraine, and I think that he is more close now to this situation, and that's why and between us only Trump can. For today, we know some not too much players in the world who can be game changers, but he's the most closer to this.
The shift in President Trump's stance represents a dramatic change from his previous position ahead of talks with the Russian President Putin in Alaska. Trump had said that both Ukraine and Russia would have to cede land to each other to end the war. Notably, Trump has come down heavily on his Russian counterpart over the last few days. On the second day of his visit to the United Kingdom, Trump said Russian President Putin had let him down over the war in Ukraine.
The U.S. has done 7 of them. The one that I thought would be easiest would be because of my relationship with President Putin, but he's let me down. He's really let me down. It was going to be Russia and Ukraine, but we'll see how that turns out.
However, the Kremlin has denied any possibility of Ukraine recapturing lost territories. Reacting to President Trump's comment, the Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said that it was wrong to think that Ukraine could recapture land taken by Russian army. While it is unclear if Trump's words would be matched by a major change in U.S. policy, such as a decision to impose tougher sanctions on Russia, it remains to be seen if Trump's changed goalpost on the Ukraine war could change the future course of the war.